Hello everybody. There's going to be a few things I'm going to talk in this video, so I'm going to run through the list. I'm going to talk about channel update, channel members, holiday giveaway, PR cards for the title cup of Saekano, I think. And then we're going to go about Japanese Weiss Schwarz, English Weiss Schwarz, Bushiroad on the road, and finally finish with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Here we are. Okay, so first up is channel updates. If you haven't noticed, I've been going in a different direction. This is by design. I've said this for a couple months now, but the reason I made this channel was to help people with Weiss Schwarz. I like Magic the Gathering. I like Pokemon, Weiss Schwarz, Rebirth For You. I love all those different games. I just chose to make this channel because I wanted to help people out with Weiss Schwarz with what I felt was people taking an advantage of the price differential in the product, right? So that's what I've been doing all this time. I think for the most part, that's job complete. Right? I even did this freaking trial decks with fingerprints on them. So I don't know if Bushiroad's ever going to do anything about that, but good luck everybody if you buy single trial decks because it's the wild wild west out there if you haven't already noticed with people mapping and dead sealed product. But anyways, so what I'm going to do here is when you think about Weiss Schwarz, Rebirth For You, Build Divide, Osica. When you think about those are all anime related IPs. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm still going to be doing the same, roughly same amount of card videos every week. You're going to get 2 to 3 in between those periods of time. If you go back and look at the time periods that I do videos, you're going to have only 2 to 3 videos a week. So in between there, I watch anime. I love anime. I'm gonna discuss anime. Those are what those videos are gonna be. So if they're for you, check them out. If they're not, then no hard feelings. I am totally fine with that because everybody loves different anime as well. You're not gonna like what I like. I do make a note here that I'm going to do my best to avoid having a spoiler thumbnail on there so that you don't see it. I'm not going to make a second channel because I think that's a huge mistake. I did that with that budgeting one and I didn't like how that actually turned out. I rather should have left that on this channel here as well. So no, I'm not going to do a second one at all. Next, channel members. So with channel members, I initially opened that just to play with it because I wanted to see it for myself. I'm at the point where I'm pretty much good with it, what I'm going to use it for. What I'm going to be doing with this is if you sign up for channel perks and all that good stuff, you will be getting, I guess, priority commenting. I'll explain that a little bit. There is a member Discord. Eventually, there'll be some sort of emotes. I don't have any. I haven't really thought that one through yet. And lastly, you will see some videos early. The videos early you're going to see are more of the card related ones when I deem it appropriate. But for the most part, when it comes to the anime discussion ones, those are just going to be put out because the anime episode happened. I just want to just put it out there as soon as possible. So that's the direction I'm going. When it comes to commenting, so I've always left this as an option. I've never hid it from anybody. If you write down in videos, if you email me, which is always in my description, I have an email that people have been using. And then Twitter, you're able to DM me there as well. So people use all three options. And I normally write back the same day or at the very least 2 days later. I'm going to be changing that, not because of this channel member thing. That has nothing to do with that. So don't think it's like connected. Realistically, I get a lot of comments. I get some really long emails as well. So it takes a lot of my time. I basically check that stuff once to twice a day. Normally it's 1 time a day. Sometimes I get 2 times a day, but there's only so much time. So if I get a giant email, that takes the majority of the time. And I can't just be doing that. So you see that with other channels, right? If you look at channels my size, I will tell you they may not be as responsive as I am from what I can tell. They don't answer all the comments or everything. But if you look at my videos, I respond to you in some sort of way. So that member Discord is something that I check more often. I see the little pop-ups and I write back to it. And it's a lot of fun. So been doing that. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check that out. If you don't, then just know that the comments and replies will just be a little longer. Again, it's not because of this channel thing. It's more a time issue versus anything else. Okay. And lastly, so here is my description on one of my videos. You can see here's the Twitter, here is my email right there. And then also you're going to notice this TCG player link. I'm going to give you the spiel again. I'm sorry for anybody that's heard this like a million times. But out here, since I talk about cards, if you ever need to buy cards, sealed product, anything from TCG Player, again, support your local game store. But if that's not available to you, as for me, I don't have a local game store, what you're going to do is click this out here and it'll take you to TCG Player. So TCG Player, if you buy anything out here, a certain percentage goes back to me, and then I use that money for giveaways. And that's what we're doing with the holiday one. I can't wait to do it. So with what I've been doing is every month I take the money and just do a giveaway with it for the holidays. I want more people to win, so I've just been storing up the money from October, November, and upcoming December. We are at $85. Again, I don't know how I'm going to divide out that money just yet until I see the December one. I will be doing, I guess, like, let's say entries over the next couple videos. It might not be every video, Weiss Schwarz video, but there will be entries that you can enter. Again, when it comes to this TCG player, since it is a US company, the only people that are able to participate, unfortunately, is the US based people. I apologize for that. I really wish there was something else, but I don't have any other options at this point. So that's where we're going to be looking at. It's not going to be in this video an entry, but a later one, more just because I don't have a lot of time to set one up. Okay. Next is PR cards. So I went through this before. We got Dreaming Girl November, Shop Tournament December, Kobayashi Dragon Maid. I like showing this because there doesn't seem to be like a database with all this. So I need to make sure I put this in my videos so I don't forget. And then lastly, Attack on Titan Final Season Title Cup. You can see the PR card right there. We got Rainer Gloating. And then we have the Title Cup is held from October 17th to November 13th. And that means there should be an update to this page, which there is not currently. And I say that because the next one that should be coming up is Saekano, like this card right here. We believe that's where this card comes from. It is the Title Cup for Saekano, which came out after Attack on Titan. But riddle me this, Batman. How are there sales for this card as of October 24th when the Title Cup hasn't even happened? The page hasn't been updated, and Attack on Titan ran on November 13th. Maybe some people just started early, but I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume this, but there are sales. How are there sales? I don't know, but you can take a look out here. There are some at $10, $15, $20. I'm not saying pick up your pitchforks and this is the end of it and Bushiroad should do something about it, but it makes you wonder what's going on here with these actual cards. That's where I'm going to leave it because I've talked about PR cards enough. My distaste for people, for sellers, let's just say that, sellers as in stores or people that should be giving them out, taking it and reselling, which I don't know if they're ever going to do anything about. I'm moving on from that because it really angers me. So Sword Art Online 10th anniversary coming out this week for the JP side. This month is going to be stacked for me because my order from Amiami has Sword Art Online in it. It has so much stuff. It has Licorice Recoil. It's all of it's coming at the end of the month. My shipping is going to be, the shipping cost is going to be gross. It's going to be massively excessive, but that's how it's going to be, I guess. With this set, pretty cards. Remember, it's coming out in English. The English side will get signatures. That is a whole topic. I hit my water bottle down. It is a whole topic on its own, which I will do another video for. The cards look really nice at this point. You can see, look at all the cards. So great, so nice, signatures, cool. Okay, the problem I have, there's always that but or however. You see this is 100 normal types, 100 parallel cards. So for every normal card, you will see a foily version of it. And that sounded cool. I mean, from a cost-wise, it's going to be expensive. But at the same time, I hate sets like this. And the reason for that is you could do one of two things. You could use the same card art, or you can give it a different card art and make it foil, right? What some of these cards, what you're going to notice, so right here on the screen right now is the normal version. On there is the foil version. And this is like something I like doing for work where you take two screens up. You ever like that game where you have to find a difference in the picture? Oh, here you go. If I click back and forth, what you're going to notice at the, let me just scroll down a little bit. What you're going to notice change is just the serial number on this particular card, right? Osica is not moving. This thing is, that literally is the foil version of the card. If I go up to this Osica, up here, what you're going to notice is the non-foil version is more of a close-up. The foil version is zoomed out a little bit, right? So that is your foil card. We're gonna run through this on every one of these, but you're gonna see that. See, so you can see the one down below. Same idea. It just lacks creativity or effort, right? If you're gonna give me 100 cards that are parallel to it, at least give me something else. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. This card down here is actually different. I'm a little indifferent to this card, but you know what? Nice. At least you gave me something different. I'm cool with that. But that's where I stand on that. I think having 100 parallels is fine, but give me something. Give me something different. I know it takes a lot more work, but it just feels like money. It feels like you want money. So, anyways, that's what card games do. Look at Magic the Gathering, how that's working out. But we got Key. Key is coming out December 9th. I love this one. I can't wait for it to come out. I love the anime inside of there. That's what I bought it for. Other people, though, like it because it's going to resurrect some of their decks. I know people were giving a lot of props to the 3/2 Nagisa here. But there is, I want IE so bad. IE looks so cool. I know some people want other cards for other reasons. IU, definitely one of those ones I remember from watching anime early on. That this is one of those ones I want. Look at a little heart back there on the actual signature. So Key's going to be a really cool one. And it's just, I still say this, I mentioned it before, but to get away with just having art that looks, a card that looks like this is okay with me. Normally, it reminded me of Magic the Gathering, like lands. Like here's, we got some lands going on here, right? We got some plains. Is there a water one? We got an island anywhere. Let's just say that's an island. That's like a, yeah. We go. Anyways, you get my point. The whole thought where anybody that's watched any of the key anime on here may know some of these actual scenes, and I think that's okay with me because it takes me back to the anime. So excited for Key to come out with Japanese Weiss Schwarz. There is so much coming out, especially. I know people are pumped up for Azure Lane. We got Slime 3 that sold out pretty well on Amiami, but February, stacked month. Remember that this thing had so many things in it. We have Heaven's Burn Red, Ari Veretta, we have D4DJ. There's supposed to be Marvel and Star Wars at some point. I haven't looked at the release calendar in a while. I thought they were coming out in February, but they are not showing up on here yet. And they should have been already. It probably would have been just eyeballing this and not bringing up a release calendar. I would have thought it should have been on the 17th, but there is a gap in here. So maybe they got pushed back. Maybe they moved to March. I don't know, but February definitely stacked out. And then we got Chainsaw Man that is scheduled still to be released. Obviously, the anime is still ongoing, so it'll be a bit of time before that actually gets a date. Right. So the other thing is Amiami. If you go out here, people ask me where I buy my stuff. Amiami, just literally right here. Type that in the internet, you get it. Type in Weiss Schwarz, you're gonna get this page. Heaven's Burn Red was nuts. So if you follow me out on Twitter, I try my best to let people know when I see product come available. Heaven Burns Red was gone really quickly. Normally, when it comes up on Amiami for single booster boxes, it's at 58.40. That did come up for Heaven's Burn Red, but it was pretty much gone. I got what I wanted. I was very happy with what I got, and then sold out. When it comes back up, normally it comes back up at their second price point. It's somewhere in the 6,000 yen, 6,000 something yen. And this time it skipped that. It went directly to the highest price point, which was 70.40. And the case is right here, 124, 185. So pretty expensive. The trial decks did not come out at the same time. It was kind of weird. I was like, where are the trial decks? And then it finally came up. I saw it that morning. I was able to purchase the displays that I wanted. So I was really happy with that as well. And looking forward to it. You can see it sold out. This almost made me feel like Heaven's Burn Red was an exclusive, a Japanese exclusive. I don't know how it works for pre-orders for people outside of Japan, but I expected to see the pre-orders come up, and nobody that I saw really was offering it. After this Amiami like stuff, people talking about it, then I started seeing people start to offer it. So I don't know if it just opens up later or maybe they were hesitant to pick it up. But whatever the case, now other sellers actually do have it. If you're looking for singles though, they do have that available. How much is 7040 at this point? Give me $50. $50. I like that number. That seems okay. If you buy enough of them and split the shipping and handling, that's not too bad. At the intro price, it's really awesome. What's a 58? Let me find a 58. Where's 58? What's 58.40 currently today? Come on. All right, here it is. 41.95. So it's pretty awesome pricing when you get it off Amiami at the intro price. So again, if you want to buy product, Amiami is where I buy it from. You can buy it from whoever, but that's where I get it from. All right, out on the English side, we have Girls Band Party, and not this one. It was something that I looked at earlier. It is this one. 5th anniversary. This is coming out. It's an intro deck. It's basically a trial deck. So you can see it right here. This intro deck is a complete deck with 50 cards that you can start playing with right away. There's 50 cards in there. There is 2 random foil cards. There is no listing of a signature card right now. I don't believe there will be. That didn't happen on the Japanese side. But the Japanese side also didn't have 2 random foils. Would I tell you to buy more than 2 of these? No, unless you really love Bang Dream. Just because there is no difference in the cards that are in here. And why I had the premium Bang Dream up here was because same idea, right? This thing wasn't a trial deck or anything like that, but there were the same exact cards in every box. The only difference is which cards were foiled. I know people were a little bit hesitant about getting into Bang Dream, stores that had Bang Dream prior. When new people started coming in, new stores, new sellers bought this, and we know where this one currently sits at. If you don't know where this one currently sits at, then let me just show you. It's not very good. Not very good at all. There you go, $20. I remember this thing up $50, $60. This thing is down $20. So will people take that leap of faith and buy this intro deck Bang Dream to resell? I highly doubt it. So I feel like if you want it, maybe you'll buy it a little early on. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when you actually have a product that some people really just don't want. Like, what's the value of this? Because on the Bushiroad Global Online Store, they did sell this product for the Japanese side. It was $9. It still is available. Right? Yep, it's still there. It's not sold out. So if you actually wanted that, you could pick it up. The other thing that you can pick up on the Bushiroad Global Online Store is I say is, but the page didn't do anything. You can actually get HoloLive trial decks for $17. I don't know if people knew that, but yeah, it is out here. The thing to watch out for is the shipping is expensive. But there is a solution. You could go to the Bushiroad on the road. they will be there for this weekend, Anime NYC. I will come out here and say I am not going to it. I can go to it. I just didn't feel like doing it. I was stubborn because of the whole 30-minute sellout on the 3-day pass. I was considering back and forth. Like I had all the time in the world to figure out if I really wanted to go to this thing, and I'm like, in the end, I don't want to buy a pass to go on a Friday and then just drive home because I don't have a Saturday pass. It's kind of annoying. You could go through their, I guess you could say their resell platform and buy a ticket for the Saturday one. Back in the day when I had all the chance to do it, I just didn't want to do it. I thought this whole idea of Anime NYC, how they were doing the tickets, it really pissed me off to the point I was just screwed. I'm not going to it. So Bushiroad on the road, they do have a lot of merchandise. The one thing I want to point out, outside of all this luxurious Bang Dream product, is the Hololive stuff. Again, $17 is what it costs to buy this trial deck. Keep in mind again that the nice part about this is, for the most part, I would imagine, I can't say with 100% accuracy here or knowledge that this is not map stuff, but I would imagine it's coming from Bushiroad. They wouldn't be mapping or selling you dead trial decks. Obviously, if someone pulls it, you might want to stand around to see if someone opens it to see if they get an SP. If they didn't, maybe go buy one then. Or but you never know. So $17. The other big thing here is this Hololive booster box, because if you take a look at Hololive booster boxes, Hololive booster box, $90. But if you're at Bushiroad on the road, you can buy it for $64 and whatever taxes that New York may slap on you on that. I don't know how that works because they're California. They're making a sale. I would imagine it's a New York tax that gets slapped on here. Who knows? But anyways, there's a lot of cool Hololive stuff. There's even PR cards for Avatar. If you're out there, you can get that. So if you did have a ticket and want to go, there is an opportunity to still do that. Weiss Schwarz, as of 1 day ago, so I don't know if they still have openings, but actually, it's, why does it say 1 day when it says Sunday? Anyways, so as of Sunday, they wrote here that they are still looking for staff to join, so you can apply right here, unless that's already closed, but check that out. I was like, nah, I don't want to work for Bushiroad. Not because I think it'd be fun. I don't want to handle money and all that stuff. So I wouldn't want to do any sort of that kind of thing. But even then, I think it'd be kind of a drag to drive all the way up there and all that and trying to figure all that stuff out. So sorry for anybody that wanted to say hello to me. Maybe next time, maybe next year. My sister already told me. She was like, next year, we're going to sit there and hit refresh and try to buy a 3-day ticket. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. But anyways, moving on, we have English stuff coming out. So the big one here is going to be Kobayashi Dragon Maid coming out this Friday. People have already started opening it up, and the booster boxes have some issues, production issues. So Weiss Schwarz, you might want to start looking into this, because that is not good that you have cards literally with nothing on them. Right? There's cards with literally nothing on them. There are also I saw on Discord, so don't quote me. Go out onto the Weiss Schwarz Discord, and there was one person that said that they didn't get an SSP inside of the booster box case. They got one in the master, but not in the actual case. So we'll see how that pans out, if that was a production issue or not. There also is 7 Deadly Sins. We haven't seen really any reveals outside of the PR cards that will be coming out for the tournament store. Oh, look at this mat. Do you like this mat? I do like this mat. It looks pretty cool. There are 4 rubber play mats in every carton, so if you are a Hawk fan, then there you go. That's going to be really nice. It does look like a cool mat. I wouldn't mind that at all. But we don't know much about this. You see Escanor in there, but outside of thinking about meta, who knows? So if you're thinking about trying to play some Deadly Sins, maybe you pick some of the older cards up, or you just roll the dice and say, you know what, that wasn't a good set. Let me just start anew with the new set. We'll see what happens. The big thing here, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Want to talk about this really quick. Probably your final warning on this one before pre-orders of cards actually start happening, right? Like these are still blank. Just watch out because again, we know Poolside Toru is the main one, the main staple. I talk about this a lot. Let me go back here. If you want more information about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, check out this video right here. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid trial deck and booster box, buy or invest. This hopefully will give you all the answers that you need in there. Okay, so that's what you're going to be looking for. People still ask me questions about it. Again, what we are thinking, I know people are opening, so one per trial deck case of 48 is what you're going to start seeing. Me personally, I'm not going to buy that card for $1,000. I wouldn't buy it for $900, $800 because I could have just bought a trial deck case. And I definitely gave people enough warning many months ago to buy it if that's what you are looking for. Again, not everybody had the money to buy a case. Not everybody had the money to buy displays, and I understand that. And that was okay because as long as you buy it early enough from someone that you can trust, someone that I always hate saying that, somebody you can trust, but because you can't see them, you don't know what they're really doing, but at least somebody that has been around a while, okay? That should be okay because if you even bought one, two, and you trust them, then you still have a shot at getting it. What I'm seeing here, I'm not going to bring up these trial decks or booster box uh, sellers. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get sued by anybody for saying something that I'm wrong about. But I will say, if you take a look at the sellers, if you're going to buy out on TCG Player, you're going to buy out on Facebook or anything like that, eBay, you need to check around for that person because I could tell you, just taking a look at the list, I would definitely make sure of what those sellers are doing because once that SSP is pulled, there is every reason to try to get rid of the other trial decks, whether it's open or sealed. You will be seeing a lot of trial decks, I assume, for a lower amounts of money, and that's because the Poolside Toru is what people are after, and more than likely it was pulled. Again, like the only way to really trust the process here is to actually show up to a seller's actual place of business or their house and actually see them pull the case out. That's the only way you're going to have 100% trust that, you know, nothing shady happened, that you had a fair shot, right? We're not all going to get this card. We're not. I mean, that's just the simple truth. You have a 1 in 48 shot, but you want to have a fair shot of getting it. That's all we ask for, right? And I really wish Bushiroad would change this system. That's another video for another day. But I wish they would really change these guaranteed but not guaranteed drop rates. It needs to go. That is partly what's killing some of these prices, right? I mean, Bushiroad, Weiss Schwarz, whoever, have you looked at the prices of your sealed product lately? Right, $41.95. People are either getting out of it because you know they bought too much of the stuff, they need to get some sort of money back, or what they're selling right there are booster boxes that they know have nothing else inside of it. Like, just take a look at Saekano. I know I was talking about Dragon Maid, but look at Saekano. Look at this trial deck, $63.95. This display of trial decks. I mean, this is the biggest giveaway of how much people don't want to open that. The triple rares right here, inside of those trial deck displays, you know, you either get a SP or a triple rare. Your triple rares are right here. You have Utaha, $90. Ariri, $82. You have, where is Megumi, $120. Now, thinking about that, if you have a shot at those triple rares and or the SP with no signature, and this thing is $63.95, and you want one of those cards, you know, you don't care which one of them you want. You know, why don't you just buy that? And that's given if the asterisk on that one is, again, if there's a triple rare or SP in there, if there's some sort of production issue, don't hold me to that. But right, like, this makes every sense to go and just buy this thing if you wanted one of those cards. But people aren't doing that, and people are selling mapped and dead stuff. So it's very frustrating to like just go through all of this, see all the sealed product end up this way just because of what's been happening lately. So again, it's probably overbuying. There's some where it's mapped and dead. So just watch out. Watch this video if you have any more questions. As always, feel free to comment. It'll take 2 to 3 days to get a comment sometimes, maybe earlier, but you know, expectation 2 to 3 days. Email or Twitter me, but again, just keep in mind 2 to 3 days. That's more a time issue and not a use. So please don't get offended if I don't write back to you. You know, I know I've been seeing that lately, but that's just how it is, right? That happens to everybody. So, as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Good luck out there, and just make sure to check your budget before you buy that poolside Toru. There's other things out there to spend $1,000 on. I mean, I wouldn't buy the Magic the Gathering $1,000 thing, but there is a lot of things coming up, and if not, you can just make someone's day special. Take your mom, take your dad out for lunch, take your brother out for lunch. I think that'd make them happy. Or you know, send a gift to someone special out there. Okay, have fun. See ya.